Hi, this is Mimi. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are making my August journal, and we are using this. It's got stuff on it from Temu. I ordered a bunch of these from Temu in like one of my first orders from Temu and put them aside and said, I'll use them when I use them. And then I said, I don't feel like making a cover for August. I've been busy. July's been busy, and it is currently 16th. It's the 16th of July, and I said to myself, if you finish every video that you will need, okay, you can take the rest of July off. And I said, sold. I said, sold. So, we are going to use my, we are makers now, people, but we are memory keepers when I bought this, but we are makers now. Planner punch board, and then I have some, I need the hole punchers. These are the holes. We need the holes. We'll only need 3. I also have the mushrooms for when I do discs, but I don't do discs anymore. I no longer am a happy planner girl. I have some envelopes, and I have all the rest of my normal weight printer paper. I don't use normal weight printer paper anymore. I only use 28-pound printer paper. It's a little bit thicker for printing out digitals, and if I want to go really thick, I use 32-pound. But this is, I think, 24-pound, I think is what the normal weight is. So, first thing we're going to do is figure out where our holes get punched. Now, how I do that is I take a scrap piece of paper. Don't mind me while I reach down for a scrap piece of paper, and we're only going to figure out, because with these, they are the same distance on each side. So I only figure out one side, and then I just turn and punch the other side. So what we're going to do is line up from the bottom, and I'm just going to make a mark, and I am going to, trust me on this, do what I say. I'm going to make it the right height. You want to make it the right height. You don't want to screw yourself. I'm just going to make it the height that it needs. Every piece of paper needs to be. Trust me. And then I'm just going to put it in and line it up with the, I don't know what size this is. I am not good with the A5, A4, all those sizes. I have no idea what size this is. Sorry. If you're expecting me to know, I do not. And I'm just going to make a mark where these clips are. That's all. I made a mark on the paper. I'm going to go in my planner punch board, which is just like the other punch boards. The only reason I have 2 of the punch boards, this is the planner one. It says it on it. It has it printed on the bottom. The only reason I have 2 of them and didn't just buy the inserts and use the one I have is because I got them so dirt cheap on clearance. They were very dirt cheap. You can literally just reuse. If you have either one of these punch boards, the only difference is it's printed on, and I believe like even the newer ones just come with a sticker. You don't need this. I've never once looked at this. Never. So, what I do is then I line it up and I try to get it as close as I can. And I put it, because like I said, I don't look, because they're never right. And then the next one, there's usually just like a tiny gap in between them. And then the next one. And we'll punch and we'll see if that worked. If it didn't work, we readjust. And that is how I do it. So then we come over and we open it up and we see if that worked. And look at that. Lo and behold, it did. Look at that. So now what I'll do is I will turn the other side. Okay. And I punch the other side. And we'll see if it perfectly fits. And look at that. Lo and behold, first frickin' try. There we go. First try. I never get it on the first try. I'm actually quite impressed with myself. Usually I have to adjust. So I got it on the first try, and then I will come down here and I will write it down. So it's, what number is that at? That is at 11. And then, I can't see, 20. And, hey, we are makers. If you ever do these again, how about you make the numbers a different color than the punch board? Like, that would be awesome. I don't know why you made it that it would blend in. 29, because guess what? A lot of crafters are old. 20 and 20. I already forgot. In my rant, I already forgot. 29. 11, 20, and 29. Okay, and then let's see what size this is. And this is 7 1/4. So it's 7 1/4 this way, and then I believe we're just gonna go from here to here. We're gonna say 4 3/4 because we don't want it to hang out. So we're gonna say 4 3/4. If we find that that's not right, I will adjust. And what I do then is I have a bulletin board next to me. I hang it on my bulletin board. Like here, when I was making, you haven't seen it yet, and you'll see it in August. This was when I was making my aunt's journal. Her journal was 6 3/4 by 4 1/8. So I had it next to me on the bulletin board, so that way I knew what size all of her papers had to be when I was doing her journal. So that'll get hung up next to me. So what size is this? We'll see if this envelope fits, if I can pick one up. This is 5 inch, so we'll see. 5 inch by 7. So let's just punch. Okay. And then we're going to go a little short and punch again. I think that's how it's done. And then we'll see if this fits. And see, I mispunched. I mispunched because it's not 7 1/4. It's because this is 7 instead of 7 1/4. So that's what you got to figure it out. That's okay. These came in a thing. Okay, so we're gonna punch one side, right? And then all you have to do then is just mark where your first one has to get punched. Okay? And punch again, see if that works. It's just finagling it. See? It worked. Okay? And then you close that up and see that's way too big. See that? Way too big. So, what I'll do is I'll take this one that was punched, cut it down, and we'll try again and see what size is going to be the right size. So I'll cut this off, and then we'll punch again and see what size. Punch. And then I'll use these holes as my reference. Okay. Okay, good enough. try this again. Okay, so that's a good size. So let's find out what size this is. So we know what size our paper needs to be. And this is, look at that. I was very wrong about the size. 4.5. So 4.5. Okay. So now we know our size. We put these away. These envelopes are way too big. So if I want envelopes, I'm going to have to find different envelopes or make my own, which is fine. And what did I do with my paper trimmer? Oh, there it is. So now we're going to cut our paper to be 7.25 by 4.5. So all of our paper can be cut down to 4.5. So all of these can be cut down twice. So we're going to cut it down to 7.25 first. From 11.5 to 7.25. Right, 7.25. Okay, and then 4.5. Look, I already forgot. 4.5. Literally why I hang it up. 4.5. How did I cut that wrong? Why are you guys not yelling at me? Let's try that again. Let's try that again, shall we? You know, I cut cardstock every day. Every day I cut cardstock. But yet, I cut that wrong, didn't I? That's fine. Like I said, I'm just trying to use up this paper. I want it used up. I want it gone. It's the last of, and I might not even have enough. It's the last of what little bit I have left of this paper. And then I'm done with it. But yes, that's my little tutorial on how I figure out for the planner, because like I said, it might not always be on the back of your little planner punch board. They have like sizes on the back for your typical brands. Well, this is a cheap Temu, AliExpress, Wish, like those kind of brands. They're not going to be on there. So you have to figure it out yourself. And that's the easiest way I've figured out. I myself have figured out how to do it. Okay. Alrighty. Okay, now that this is cut, I am going to go off camera and punch everything, because you've already seen me punch. I don't know why I didn't pause to cut all that paper. And I'm going to cut all the paper, and in case I need it, I'm just going to keep these small pieces, because I don't care if they're small. And then I will be back. It's my August journal, all ready to go, ready to be decorated. And let me tell you, when, look at this. When you are cutting your paper for something like this, you must be very, very careful when you're trimming, because I had to get other paper and recut all my paper. Why? Because I'm going to show you why. I'm going to show you why. Where's my trimmer? I'm going to show you why. Okay? Where's the 7.25? Where is it? Where exactly is it? Because I personally can't tell on this trimmer. Because of this curve and it's not marked very clearly, I personally cannot tell on this trimmer where 7 1/4 is. So you know where this trimmer's going? In the mother humping trash. That's where it's going. So, the first set of wanting to get rid of the old printer paper, it's all now going to be used as scratch paper because it wasn't cut right, because I can't tell on that trimmer where it is. My eyesight, I'm in my 40s. I wear bifocals. I can't see as well as I used to. I've been having vision problems. I go to the eye doctor actually tomorrow. Today is what, the 16th. I go, yes, I film like in advance. I post out of order. That's why I usually try to tell you guys what day I'm actually filming, because I post so out of order and early and in advance. Sometimes. My last one I posted like the day before July, when I did my July journal. But I'm posting early because I want to take all the rest of July off from filming videos because I've been busting my butt filming. Anyway, I have an eye doctor appointment tomorrow because I've been having double vision. My vision's been really screwed up lately. So yeah, I cannot see on that trimmer some of the measurements because of where it's cut. Plain and simple. So that trimmer's going in the trash. Actually, no, I'm going to keep it for like some, but those kind of, I can't see. So I pulled out my We Are Memory Keepers trimmer, which also there's an issue because, let me show you this. Listen, people. Okay, companies. So, this is a trim scoreboard. It was what I was using for a really long time before I got the Fiskars, and the only reason I stopped using it is because I feel like their blades dull very fast, and they do. Their blades dull so fast. So if you are a hardcore like trimmer user, do not buy one of their scoreboards. I'm sorry, We Are makers, but they do. Your blades dull fast. And then the replacement blades are hard to get, and they're not cheap. Sorry, my local stores are always out of them, and they're never on sale, and and they dull fast. You go through them quick, okay? But here's the problem with that. So you would think when you're trimming, so if you have this, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. You're cutting your paper wrong. So you would think this line here where you score, which is, let's say, 6 inches right here. Here's 6 inch, where you would score your 6 inch paper. So, let me get a piece of paper here. Here's a piece of paper. You're going to put this in. Oh, hold on. Let me put out the score side. So, here's where you would score, and you want to score, say, at 3 inch. You would go down here, and you would score at 3 inch. So, you see that, right? There's your 3 inch score line. Really, child of mine. But see, when you want to cut at a 3 inch cut, that's not where you're going to cut for 3 inches. See, if you want a 3 inch cut, that's not, I'm going to smack you and I'm going to enjoy every second of it. He's right, I'm not. That's not where you were going to line up to get 3 inches. See, you're not going to line up to get 3 inches there. You would think so because that's the divot. Okay? That's the divot for 3 inches. So let's turn it this way because so you can see, but that's not where you're going to cut. No, 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 no. Okay? You're going to go a little after so you're not in the divot. That's a fun little fact for you. So, when I was first cutting them, I was cutting them at the 7 because I haven't used this trimmer in so long to cut. I was going in the little divot. I was lining it up with the line. That's not where you line up. So none of my punches. So this group of punches is lined up nice. Here, I'll show you. So this group of punches is lined up really nice. This last little punch, look how it's not lined up. See? You see that? It's right up against. Now, the ones where I fixed it and figured out what I was doing wrong, look at how nice they're lined up. Look at that. Nice and free-flowing. But the ones before that are not free-flowing. Look how they're stuck. See how they're stuck? There you go. There's a little tip for you. So now what do? I don't have the money to go buy a new trimmer again. And let's also talk, so I have a guillotine too, right? I have my guillotine. And this is the only thing I use this for, is for cutting cardboard and chipboard, because these lines suck also. Plain and simple. But the only thing I use them for is chipboard and cardboard. It's the only thing I use my guillotine for. I don't use it for mass cutting paper. Nothing like that. Chipboard and cardboard. Only thing I use it for. So now I'm going to go do some research on, you guessed it, different trimmers, because I'm done. I am so angry at the wasted paper from that trimmer. And then it makes me wonder how many times I used that trimmer and things weren't cut right, and I didn't realize they weren't cut right because I couldn't figure out exactly where the measurements were because of that stupid little swoop. Did nobody at Fiskars go, this is a design flaw? So there's a lot of problems with Fiskars products. Fiskars, come at me. Go ahead, come at me, Fiskars. There's a lot of design flaws with a lot of your products. Your punches, for instance, stink. Come at me for that. I'm not the only one who have problems with your punches. Yeah, I'm not the only one. I rarely use your punches. Plain and simple. I will spend the extra money on EK Tools and other brands over your punches, even when they're dirt cheap somewhere. If I go to Joann and I see punches on clearance and they're Fiskars, I pass them by. Every time. There you go. Please, let me know down below. I want to know what brand of products you have a problem with. Also, let me know what trimmer you use and if you like it or not. I'm thinking of going with the Cricut trimmer because it's just like a slide out like arm. From when I see people using it, it's just a slide out arm. I don't hear people complaining about the blade dulling a lot, and I never hear people complaining about not being able to find the blades in stock anywhere. Sorry, that's my dog Sassy. She just shook, and her tags rattle a lot. So let me know down below. Do you have any problems with your trimmer, and what brand trimmer do you use? Because like I said, I'm so upset about what happened. So upset. But please let me know down below. I'm sorry, I went off on a little tangent, a little rant about that company. But they should stay in their lane. There you go. Stay in your lane. Have a good day, everybody. Like, subscribe, and yes, please, comment down below. Let me know what trimmer you use. Please. I'm curious to know what trimmer you use. Does the blade dull very fast? Do you have to replace the blade a lot? And how is the arm? Do you have an arm, A? Because I know a lot of trimmers don't. Like, they fold out like my We Are does. Or they're just small in the first place. I don't like those. I don't like small ones. No. And I don't like ones that feel like they're going to fall apart when you pull out the arm. I've had those too, and they're not good. And are they accurate? When I first started paper crafting, I had one from AC Moore. I don't know if you guys know what AC Moore is. It was a regional to my area, like the East Coast area. They went bankrupt in 2020 and closed down, and like right before the pandemic. And it was a Love Nicole. It was their brand, and I had a trimmer that I used for a really long time before I realized that all of the measurements were off by 1/8 of an inch. So everything I cut was off, and I couldn't figure out why, but every measurement on my trimmer was off by 1/8 of an inch, and I didn't realize it until I bought a new trimmer. And I'm like, that was the problem. Their trimmer marks were wrong on the trimmer. So that really stank. Anyway, let me know down below, please. I need to know. I need a new trimmer. Anyway, you guys have a great day. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you in the next video.